What's up, guys? Today we are going to be taking a look at the Duncan Freehand Mini, the miniature version of everybody's favorite Duncan Freehand. This yo is absolutely awesome, so let's go take a look.
Alright guys, here we got the Duncan Freehand Mini. We got the awesome World Yo-Yo Contest packaging. And this one comes in this really cool green that I got here. Remember, you can use the code Dylan15 at beyondyoyos.com to get an additional 15% off. Now this yo-yo comes in two different versions. It comes in a large bearing and a small bearing. Today we're going to be taking a look at the small bearing version. As you can see, with the smaller bearing though, it is still nice and concaved, as you can see there. It still spins really, really good. Camera does not want to focus. Now, even though it's a little smaller, it definitely still has that classic Duncan Freehand shape and size to it. Just a little shrunken down. But by no means is this like a super miniature yo-yo. I mean, it is a smaller yo-yo, but it's not where it's going to be like impossible to play with or anything like that. Here's it next in here. Here's it next to the Freehand 2. So in width, it's actually wider than the Freehand 2 AL. Here's it next to the Freehand PC. And we'll put the specs right there. But yeah, really excited to just throw a string on it and play with it. I've always loved the Duncan Freehands, obviously, and excited to have this new edition.
All right, we are all strung up here, ready to rock and roll. And just because the yo-yo is mini, don't think that it can't hang with any larger yo-yos. As you can see, it can still do basically whatever I want to throw at anything. I can throw at this little guy. Now, it is by no means like a super tiny yo-yo or anything, but it is a little smaller. It'd be a nice yo-yo to carry in your pocket. This is the small bearing version. So that being said, it is still requires a bind to come back and everything. But if you put too many layers of string in it, it will come back to your hand. And definitely feels, in that aspect, a lot more like the original Duncan Freehand, which I actually really can appreciate because that's what I grew up on. I really like that. But yeah, even with the small bearing, your whip tricks and stuff should still be absolutely no problem. Yeah, no problem whatsoever with any of your whip tricks. And you get really freaking solid binds too with the smaller bearing. I do really enjoy that. Oops. And overall, just super fun little yo-yo for 1A, even if you tie your finger in knots and whatnot while you're playing with it. Because it's a little smaller, stuff like that feels absolutely incredible on this yo-yo, especially with the smaller bearing. Any type of redirect or anything is going to be absolutely awesome. And once again, it's not too small. Not where, like, you know, things like this would be crazy hard or anything like that. So let's throw a counterweight on here, and let's do a little 5A, because it's not too small for a 5A, and it's called a freehand, so I think we have to. All right, we are all set up here for a little 5A. And as you would expect with any Duncan Freehand, it feels basically perfect for 5A. Absolutely great. Even with my goofy double dice tricks. And even a little smaller, the weight still goes great with the counterweight. And I really, really like the smaller bearing too for stuff like that and stuff. Yeah, I think this yo-yo is absolutely awesome, whether it's 1A or 5A. And once again, at beyondyoyos.com, you can use code Dylan15 to get an additional discount. Definitely pick this baby up. Freaking awesome, the Duncan Freehand Mini. Get it while you can.